Correction officers are 10 times more likely to have PTSD than the average person. CBS 2's Kristen McPeak went behind the scenes at Idaho's maximum security unit to see what IDOC is doing to improve what goes on behind bars.
You know, part of it is reflective of the environment in which they work.
An environment the IDOC director, Josh Tewalt, says has potential to create PTSD in correctional officers.
You know, they're gonna witness, they're gonna experience vicarious trauma, they're gonna see things that are difficult to process.
Former IDOC correctional officer Austin Legg has experienced this firsthand.
I was most comfortable when chaos was breaking out. I was most comfortable when there were multiple emergencies going on at a time, and I was running from point A to point B, back to point A, you know, doing this, putting out this fire, jumping over here. The more chaotic it went, the better I felt.
Tewalt says that the department wants to help. At the prison, this looks like mandatory debriefing, check-ins, and training. Training is something that Boise State criminal justice professor Jessica Wells says can help, but there are also steps to intervene stress by having access to that help.
The best thing that you can do is prevent. So prevention of PTSD is really important, and one of the things that you can do to prevent that is to have training.
She says Boise State's criminal justice program is evolving.
We talk about it in criminal justice fields in general. Oftentimes we don't specify it for correctional officers, and I think that's starting to change.
But not all correctional officers go through college.
For us, it's important to help them know right off the bat, you know, warning signs they can look for.
And no matter what age or who, Director Tewalt says they want to put resources into both officers and inmates.
The vast majority of people in our custody are going to get out. They're going to go home, they're going to go back to communities in Idaho, and so it kind of has to shape our work. Is everything we do needs to be geared towards getting them ready to go home.
So Tewalt says this is one way IDOC is developing.
We want our staff to be mentors. We want them to model good behavior. We really want them to coach. Secondarily, I think it's critically important just talking about it and raising awareness and creating a culture where people feel comfortable coming forward and saying, I'm really struggling with this.
Legg agrees. For now, he works in Boise, where he is raising his family. He says a day doesn't go by thinking about his time working at IDOC.
I want people to know and realize that there's a lot of really good people out there going through some really bad things, and those people need help.